Matt, did you even take a swing?
No.
Could have taken her, Dad.
Heard you had some excitement last night. I wish they'd have picked my place, you know?
Why didn't you take him out?
I was just trying to keep the damage to a minimum.
Yeah, how's that working out for you?
You okay? Because you don't look okay.
I used to be what they call an auditor. The last guy anyone wants to see at their door. Because it meant you didn't have long to live. But I left it behind to start a family. Hey! I might have overcorrected.
Give me the goddamn kitty cat bracelet!
You look like shit, Dad.
You should see the other guys.
What's going on, everyone? The great talent here, and today I'm going to talk about Nobody, the Equalizer meets John Wick style movie starring Bob Odenkirk, the guy from Better Call Saul and Breaking Bad, what he's known for his role as Saul Goodman in the Breaking Bad series and Better Call Saul spin-off series. It seems to be a trend ever since the, I want to say, this movie even has a little bit of like Taken in it, like with Liam Neeson. Ever since the Taken franchise took the world by storm with having just like a retired CIA slash NSA slash operative agent who has military training, like can come out of retirement and hiding to just fuck shit up and kick ass and take names. And that's exactly what happens here. It's a 90-minute straight shooter movie. You're in, you're off, and you're out. Get in, you get off, you get out in a matter of 90 minutes or less. Bob Odenkirk is fucking awesome as just this like retired gruntled. He's like it has a lot in common with the Equalizer, I would say, with the sprinkle of Taken, because the whole premise of the story is, Bob Odenkirk, the guy's name is Hutch in the movie. So Hutch's family, his home is invaded by just like this people who were linked to like the Russian, some type of Russian mob or some shit like that. And he doesn't do anything to defend them as they break into his house, but they kind of just get scared and run off. But he didn't do anything, so he takes that to heart. Everybody's making fun of him, like, oh, how come he didn't take a punch and, do whatever? And he's like, I don't know. Like, he was trying to hold back because he didn't want that part of him to resurface. And what he is, he calls himself, in this movie, he's called what do you call himself? An auditor. And he's like, the auditor's like kind of like the last guy they send in to fucking just like assassinate everyone when shit goes tits up. And same thing like the Equalizer, like he was called an equalizer, like he equalized, he leveled the playing field, like Denzel Washington in that movie. John Wick, he was an assassin, and shit like that. But nothing as really fucked up here as happened like in John Wick, because they murdered his dog and shit like that. Nothing happens like that. Like literally, he just goes on a fucking killing spree because they broke into his house. They kind of emasculated him in a sense, and he wanted revenge for it. I mean, the plot itself is kind of silly if you really, if it boils down to it. But I gotta say, folks, it's an enjoyable ride for what it's worth. You get to see not only Bob Odenkirk, but you get to see fucking Christopher Lloyd. Yes, Christopher Lloyd, fucking Doc Brown from Back to the Future is in this movie. And he's kicking ass. And in the beginning, he seems like a little old man. He plays Hutch's Bob Odenkirk's the character Hutch's father in this movie. He's like in a nursing home. And he's like, it looks like he's really old. And I'm like, oh man, poor Christopher Lloyd. But towards the end of the movie, he fucking gets a shotgun. He starts fucking shit up. I'm like, yeah, that's Christopher Lloyd, baby. That's fucking. He still got some left in him. He still got a little bit left. He still got a little bit of fucking fire left, a little spark left in him. I could see, but. Like I said, it's an enjoyable ride. It's rated R. It's very grotesque at times. There's a lot of gory, bloody action sequences, like John Wick, where people are gushing blood from their throat, their fucking face and shit, their guts. And the finale is awesome. It's like the finale reminded me of, you guys ever seen The Equalizer? So in The Equalizer, like he has a warehouse finale where he just fucking used all power tools and shit to kind of take down the enemies and the fucking henchmen. That's exactly what kind of happens here, and I think it's done really well. Like I said, the only complaints about this movie is that it's relatively short. It's good, even though I like short movies that know when to stop and know when before they overstay their welcome. But the plot too, like for him to do all of this and come out of hiding, quote unquote, like you want to retire and have the family life or whatever. The only, like, okay, I understand. Let's take it back for a minute. Let's take a step back and look at other movies that are of like nature, such as you have Liam Neeson in the Taken movies. His daughter was kidnapped by what do you call it? Like Russian or like European prostitute peddlers. So that was a reason to go on a fucking killing spree. And even then they took, you know, shit like that. That's A. B, Equalizer, like this girl who was like pretty much forced into prostitution or whatever. She was getting assaulted and shit like that. So he's like, all right, I'm gonna fucking regulate this shit, equalize this shit. John Wick, they murdered his fucking dog. Anybody would go on a killing spree when you murder your fucking animal or pet. That's fucked up. Here, I mean, the motivation for him to go on a killing spree rampage, come out of like retirement for what he used to do, it doesn't seem like it should have that much motivation for what happened. I mean, literally, I mean, I don't want to spoil anything, but the whole premise is kind of like, literally, he has a home invasion, right? There's a home invasion, and his, like, the criminals who bust into his house, they have unloaded weapons, and the weapons aren't even loaded. They're just trying to literally fucking just, I guess, get some quick cash. All right. And the son actually ends up tackling one of the intruders, the invaders, home invaders, and the father doesn't do anything really, just holds a golf club up and that's it. Nothing was really, like, okay, damage was done in a sense, maybe mentally, but physically nothing, nobody was really harmed, nobody was really injured of his family. They just kind of bust him and they kind of just mentally fucked with that. So he's like, he's taking it to heart, like, seriously, like, damn, like, okay, I like, nobody fucking breaks into my house. Nobody, like, nobody calls me chicken. Nobody calls me chicken. Nobody, you know, like, and that's what kind of brings him out of it. And I'm like, all right, yeah, but maybe you could have showed a little bit of restraint. That's all I'm saying. But again, movie couldn't have happened if he didn't. So thank God for that, I guess. But yeah, no, the movie's pretty good. It's pretty good. Pretty good. But is it any good? Yeah, well, I just said it's pretty good. So if I had to score nobody on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a good movie, solid movie, just short of greatness. Like I said, if the plot could have been tweaked a little bit better, I would have given it a higher score. But anyway, that being said, that's my little review, hot take of Nobody. If you want to watch this now, you probably can. I watched it on my phone. I watched it on one of these mirror sites. I couldn't find it on any streaming site, and I didn't know how else to get it. So I don't think it's on any streaming site. You might want to check Peacock. I think it's a Universal movie, so it might land on Peacock sooner than later. Or I think you can rent it on Prime Video. I didn't even think of doing that. But anyway, that being said, don't forget to like and subscribe, I guess, if you want. If not, don't. Go find another YouTuber out there who you like better and subscribe to their videos. But I appreciate whoever's watching this for stopping by. You have my thanks. And thanks as always, and I'll catch everybody next time. Thanks as always for stopping by.